All right, we're out in front here at the Global Studios, and yes, I can confirm with Mark it is raining out right now, but we're right in front of this Winnebago. It's going to be heading off to Edmonton in just a couple of minutes, and it's featuring three mayors from the Tri-Cities, the Mayor of Port Coquitlam, Greg Moore, Mayor of Coquitlam, Richard Stewart, and Mike Clare, the Mayor of Port Moody, and they're actually inside, so why don't we go inside. Now, they don't have to go as far as they did last year. They went to Niagara. This year, they're just going to Edmonton, so here they are, the three mayors.
Good to see you.
I was going to say the three, anyway, you know, I won't do that. So we'll sit here in the old camper with you. So first off, welcome, and thanks for being here. So why, this started last year, so where did the idea come from that you guys would all travel together? Greg?
So a couple of years ago, we were at the FCM in Vancouver.
Yeah.
And we were sitting around going, you know, we should talk to all these mayors next year. We should drive to wherever it is. We didn't know where it was.
Yeah.
And then it was in Niagara. We're like, ooh, that's a big trip. But we decided to do it anyway. So we talked to 23 mayors across the country to learn about local government and issues that they're dealing with.
Yeah. Mike, what did you guys learn last year?
Yeah, Steve, just the people that we interacted with and talked about what their challenges are as we compared to ours, and amazing that you can be in the middle of nowhere in central Canada and they have the exact same issues that we have, the infrastructure challenges and the, keeping up with the changing times and technology, and but building the relationships I think is really valuable for us as well.
Yeah. What do you get out of these conferences? There's a lot of people complain that, is it really necessary? What do you get out of a conference like this?
We get tremendous opportunities to find savings for our own communities, because every community has faced the same challenges. Mike just said, these are the same issues that they're facing, and they've come up with a different solution. There's all kinds of opportunities to dialogue with senior levels of government about the kinds of issues we face and about the kinds of funding challenges. And I'll tell you, every time we go, we are able to find a connection to some kind of a funding opportunity, a grant program. It's worth millions of dollars to our community every year.
Yeah, they talk about there's only one taxpayer, of course, and so like you said, funding is always a challenge. So what are some of the things moving forward that for municipalities where the challenges come from? I mean, transit aside, we know transit's a big one, but there are lots of, there's street work that needs to be done and schools need to be upkept. There's a lot of things that need to be done, I would think.
Well, infrastructure is, one of our core services that we deliver through local government, through Metro Vancouver, water, sewer, solid waste management, air quality. And so those are things that we're trying to always figure out, is there a better way to do it? And talking with some of our colleagues across the country that might have done things slightly different or accessed federal money. We're not saying tax more. Yeah. We're just saying, hey, if there's money out there that we can bring into our community, that there's a grant program, why not try to find it?
Yeah, your community specifically is, I guess Coquitlam as well, there's a lot of people moving in there. I guess you as well in Burke Mountain area. There's, these are three communities that are on the rise. So how do you deal with the amount of people that are moving into the community and trying to get people around and things like that? Is that one of your biggest challenges?
Well, for sure. Every time we talk to our residents, what's your number one concern? Transportation, gridlock, transit. It's challenging. Our city's growing a lot, as are our neighbors and people even to the east of us. So Port Moody's a commuter corridor for a lot of people going through to Vancouver and causes a lot of congestion, but it's also a beautiful green city with the ocean and the mountains, and we want to preserve all that. So, finding that balance of how we keep the city looking clean and natural and moving those cars through if they need to get through and cutting the pollution. And we've got SkyTrain coming. We're super excited about that. So that's hopefully going to address some of those challenges for us.
What are some of the biggest challenges for Coquitlam going forward?
Well, it's the growth. I mean, there's no question that this region has to absorb about 1 million people in the next 25 years, and they're coming. We have to find a way to move them around. We have to find a way to make sure that our infrastructure keeps up with that kind of pace, and that we don't saddle the taxpayer with those kinds of costs. So the stuff you can bring back from how other communities have done it, and how nationally the federal government and the provincial government can also kick in. We've got to handle this growth, and the growth is coming. Let's find solutions.
Do you see things coming out of this from the feds? Do you actually see some change from these type of conventions?
Well, it's an opportunity. So they have the infrastructure funding, the Build Canada Fund, right? And so it's a large pot of money. There's different parts of it. So finding out how to better access that money, they just announced a new transit billion-dollar transit fund over the next 10 years. Yeah. Now, obviously, we've got a yes vote or a no vote that we have to wait and see how that goes, but no doubt transit has to be built around this region. We got to figure out how to do it, and if there's money to access from the federal government, we got to figure that out.
Okay, real quick, we're out of time, but who does most of the driving?
I think we share things a lot.
Right. It's been one third. I tell you.
If it gets tricky, we give it to Richard.
Yeah. Usually gets us lost though, but
Who's the first guy to get angry?
No, that's Mike. That's Mike.
But he's got the most to be angry about.
That's true.
That's right. And who's the first that wants to always stop and get out? Who's the first one that wants to stop?
Richard. He always wants to take pictures.
That's right. You seem like you're the perfect traveler. There you go. All right.
And one of these guys' stores, I won't tell you which one.
Oh, that'd be a good one, eh? All right. Well, there you go. Well, they're off. The convention taking place this weekend, so they'll be off, and you can follow them on Twitter as well, right?
TownHaul Canada.
TownHaul Canada. So there you go. It's a regular vacation scene. You pick who you want to be Clark Griswold. Anyway, back in a couple minutes. Stay with us.
On the road again, going places that I've never been, seeing things that I may never see again. I can't wait to get on the road again.